Hey good people, welcome back to Beauty and the Frizz. My name is Cara. Whether you're new or returning, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for another one today.
I have to take a shower.
In a minute.
I do have to take a shower?
Yeah.
Destroy.
Do we have to take a shower? Yes, we have to take a shower. Anyway, it is Sunday, so y'all already know it is mimosas and makeup, and today I am drinking just Sutter Home Sweet Red. Nothing fancy, no mimosa today, but I'm really excited to play with some items that I purchased from the new Oden's Eye Soul Moon collection. So if you want to see what I purchased in 3 looks, keep watching this video and let me know what you think. And if makeup is your therapy and your love, if it makes you happy and you want to connect with someone that feels the same way, definitely consider joining the community because I'd love to have you back. All right, let's get started. So the Soul Moon collection is kind of like the part 2 of their original Soul Moon collection, and I don't have anything from the first launch. That was kind of before my time and before I even knew who Oden's Eye was, but I'm so glad that I tried Oden's Eye out because they are one of my favorite brands. And not only do I love their eyeshadows, I love the theme behind the collections they release. My first purchase from them was the Nars collection, and it has been like love ever since. The legendary Diversa palettes are just some of my favorites. And what else did I get from them? I did end up getting Saga of Friha, I want to say. I think that's how you say it. And I'm trying to think of what else. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but I love, 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 love Oden's Eye so much. Let's just go ahead and talk about, I was going to get into something else, but let's go ahead and talk about this collection and the inspiration. So it says the little card that came in with the palette.
Destroy.
He didn't break your thumb. Y'all are playing rough.
Oh, he bruised.
You're playing rough.
He got this one and hit my hand.
Then stop doing it.
Stop.
Okay, August. All right, and just some information about the inspo from the card that was in the collection. It says, we continue with the theme elements of the first generation Soul Moon collection and designed a new Soul Moon 2 collection inspired by the sun, the moon, and the stars. This collection consists of dreamy and ethereal color scheme. We hope to add more soft and dreamy colors in our springtime appropriate color collection. Let the stars, sun, and moon bring you dreamy and shining colors. And that is from the team. This collection came with a bunch of products. There was the palette, which was the main thing I was interested in. And then there were some blushes. Some of the blushes were matte and some were shimmer blushes. Not yet. I have to put them in the dryer. And then they also had some highlighters. So let me just go ahead and show you what I purchased because it's not most of the collection, but I just tried to get a little sampling. So we have the palette here, and you can see this is a 15 shade palette. Now, Oden's Eye is cruelty free. I don't know if everything is vegan. I think most of their products are vegan, but I'm not sure. I think they are. And this palette is made in China. So here are the shades. I'll get into the swatches shortly. But I do love this packaging, and this is right on par with the packaging from their other collection items. Now, the other thing that I purchased were 2 of the blushers. Now the first one, well, first let me show you the packaging for them. So here's the outer packaging. So same type of theme. The first shade I have is Peach Gleam. And just look at that. Look how beautiful that is and unique. So I think this is gorgeous. And they call this the Sunlight Love Blusher. Now, oh, hold on. So here's what it looks like up close. But what I wanted to share was that when I first opened this, I think there was more of the sparkle, like it almost looked ombre, and now it doesn't. So that's quite interesting. You know what? This, did I not know this? this really changes things. Let me swatch this because you'll see me talk about these blushes and how I don't think I would use them alone. And maybe I didn't read the description carefully, but Peach Gleam is not a shimmer. I mean, it's kind of a satin. Let me just show you. So there's Peach Gleam. Let me just swatch it now. Ooh, okay. This makes all the difference for me because, oh my gosh, let me see if Sienna Luster still has that. So maybe that was some type of overspray situation. You know, I am not a fan of overspray. Ever since I purchased that one blush from Chantecaille long ago with that gold bumblebee that wiped off, I was really excited, thinking I was getting some shimmery pink gold blush and didn't. So let me see, Sienna Luster's in the same type of packaging. Okay, so even here, okay, so, oh, I did not pay attention to this. So this glittery shade here, or this glittery effect, was kind of halfway, like I said, ombre. But I wonder, oh, shut your mouth. It's all coming off. It's all coming off. This changes everything. Okay, so my final thoughts are going to be a little bit different. Now this one though is, oh, look, it's all gone. Okay, this made my day. Now, this is more of a shimmer. Let me show you. And I think, let me grab it. Not that I was trying to do all this comparing right now. I usually do that at the end, but just because it's on my mind, I don't want to forget. Hold on. I just happen to have out my Menagerie Best Buds Glow Blush. And I was just wondering, let's see. It's not exactly the same, but it's almost the same. Look, that's the Menagerie Best Buds. So if you bought that one, I think this one just has more of that duochrome shift, and this one doesn't. But I am so happy to see that Peach Gleam is like more of a matte blush. That has me thrilled. Okay, because the highlighters that I purchased from the Nars collection were not my favorite. I just felt like they were really too sparkly, and that's what these were reminding me of with that sparkle. Hey.
Bad.
It hurts really bad. Well, you have to bend it, honey.
No.
Well, you have to soak it in hot water, in warm water. You have to soak it in warm water.
When I licked it, it hurt.
When you licked it, why would you lick your finger?
This.
Why did you do that? Okay, I'm gonna come out there in 5 minutes. So take a look. You might have to go to the hospital. All of a sudden we're hurt. Okay, let's move on to the rest of the stuff because I really digressed there, but hopefully that was helpful. Now, I did purchase this mirror, and what was special about this is on one side, you have your regular mirror, but on the other side, it has the magnification, which is great. And you know what? I was thinking like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use this in the video because it's gonna show kind of a, you know, all this. But usually I use my mirrors like below, so I could definitely use this. I really like having this in one mirror. And I believe that this came in the orange and it came in the purple. And then I guess they threw in this brush for free. I didn't know I was getting this. So I do have this dual-sided blush and highlighter brush. So that's what I purchased from the collection. And let's go ahead and take a look at the palette swatches because I already showed you the blushes. So let's go ahead and look at the palette swatches. Looking at the swatches, as usual, Oden's Eye swatches are very beautiful. I think their mattes are beautiful. I think their shimmers are beautiful. I think you can use all the shimmers alone, but some of them have a more transparent base and will make really good toppers. And then there are some shimmers that are very, very opaque. If you look towards like the side of my arm that has like the orange and the gold shimmer, like those shimmers are so rich. And I love that kind of mix that you can play with that Oden's Eye has. Now, what I also noticed is that there aren't any multi-chromes, I don't think. Yeah, these look more like foiled shimmers. I don't really notice any duochromes. I mean, some of these toppers may have a little bit of a different color reflex, but if you're looking for like that multi-chrome or that color shifty shade that the legendary Diversa palettes had, This palette does not have that. And I do feel like this palette does give the ethereal look. You can definitely see the sun, moon, and stars inspiration. And I think it's going to give great looks. You know, the rows that I like the most are the middle row and the bottom row. So that's the kind of purple swatches, and then those beautiful orange bronzy tones. Those are my favorites. And then I would mostly probably use the blues to add on, like, you know, a highlight and a corner shade, something like that. I do love the navy blue matte very, very much though. I love a navy blue matte. I don't know if that's navy, but you know what I mean, that deep blue there. So that's what I have to say about the swatches. You've got sparkly shimmers, you've got foils, and you've got the traditional beautiful Oden's eye mattes. And once again, I think they've made a creative color story that I think a lot of people can enjoy. So we're gonna go ahead, and I think this did sell out, but it is restocking, yes. So all is not lost. We're gonna go ahead and get into 3 looks with this palette, and then I will wrap up and let you know what I think about the collection overall. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into kind of a first impressions look with the Solmane palette. I am getting ready for work as per usual. So let's get started. So I'm feeling kind of a sun-inspired look today. I'm gonna go into this shade Warm Light with a What's Up Beauty R104 brush. We're gonna go ahead and place this in the transition area. Make sure you tap off the extra pigment. These can have a little bit of powder and kick back with it, but it makes them so nice to blend. I'm just kind of starting in the middle, and I'm gonna bring it out. I'm really just using the tip of this blending brush. And I don't have on any blush because I am gonna use one of the blushes from the collection. So I'm really excited, and I hope it goes with the lip I chose, which is Velvet Blush Lightly by Eldridge. All right, so there's our transition shade, which looks really, really nice. All right, and I think that's a beautiful blend. Now going into the shade Solar using a Morphe crease brush. This one's also tapered. Oh, and y'all do not mind my nails because I caught myself painting my nails for the wedding I went to, and I don't use the top coat and everything, but now the top coat is peeling off the nails. It's a mess. I gotta take it off later. I didn't have time. Ooh, these 2 shades together. It's like a sunset. So pretty. You can see that's just deepening up the look and making this like sunset gradient, just going back and forth. I think that is so pretty. I'm just kind of dragging this out. All right, here's what we have so far. Now we're gonna get ready to get into the shimmers. And one thing that people ask me a lot is, do these shimmers get hard pan? Because some people say that theirs look like it, and some of mine do look like it in my other Oden's eye palettes, but they're still working fine. But I know that look, that hard pan look, my Patrick Ta palette can kind of get like that too. So I'm going to use brushes today. I'm going to also use the Mayron mixing medium. So the brush that I'm going to use for the shimmers today, I'm gonna use a Sonia G brush. This brush is a flat definer. Let's start with the Sunlight shade here, and I'm gonna spray lightly. So let's see. Oh yeah, lots of pigment on this one. Look at that, beautiful golden shimmer. Yeah, this looks really nice. Picking up some more pigment, and I'm not adding any additional spray. Look how like shiny that is. I'm not having any fallout. Everything is just looking very, very beautiful. And this really adds to kind of like that sunset, sunny inspo. Yes, that looks so good. Okay, next we're gonna go into Eternal. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna spray this one, and we're gonna just continue across the lid, overlapping with Sunlight. And this is blending right into the Solar shade that we used in the crease. I think that looks so pretty. Let's just take this all the way across. And I'm just looking to have a nice blend between both shimmers. And I think we have that. So here is what we are working with. I really love this a lot. All right, now I just want to add a little more depth to this look, just a little something to break up kind of this kind of monochromatic moment. So I'm going to go into the shade Galaxy, and I'm going to use the What's Up Beauty R103 brush. And what I'm going to do is use that in the outer corner. Now, this look is perfectly fine without it, but I just think the purple, you know, when you think about sunset and sometimes you see those like pink and purple clouds in the sky, that's what that shade reminds me of. And I think with the orange, the purple is going to be beautiful. Now, I am only putting the pigment on the very tip of this brush because I don't want it to be too contrasting. I just want it to flow. So you can see right there that we're starting to get that purple moment. I'm just gonna kind of drag it into the crease a little bit, like right above like the hood of my eye. I don't want to do too much, so I'm just building up the purple very, very slowly. And that's gonna be enough. So I'm gonna come back and blend that in a minute. I'm just gonna do the other eye. And that way, when I come back to blend at the end, I can blend both at the same time. I am gonna switch brushes because I don't need any more pigment. Have the BK Beauty A503 brush. And I am going to just blend now, making sure the purple melts right into the orange, into the yellow. I'm just giving you like a smoky sunset, but it's not super deep. I kind of just wanted to just taper off. All right, and here's what we're working with. And you see it's not super neat or anything like that, but that's like how I want it to be. Now we're gonna get into the lower lash line. And of course, the brush I'm looking for is my Rephr, I think 26 brush. And I had it yesterday because I used it. Let's use instead a Sonia G soft shader. Now this is also good for shimmers, but I think this is gonna be a nice brush to use for the under eye. Let's go back into Warm Light, which was our transition shade. And maybe what we can do is almost mock what we did at the top on the bottom. I think that Warm Light is a really unique shade. And I'll have to go through my Oden's palettes, but I don't think I have this shade. I think it's really unique. Maybe in a single. I'm thinking about my Looksy singles, and I think I have the shade Mango, which might be close to this one, but I think it's really unique. So there we go with Warm Light, and now let's dip right into Solar and kind of bringing it down a little bit lower, just a little bit. So again, just kind of mimicking the top, and I think I'm gonna concentrate Solar a lot more on the outer lower lash line. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is go into Galaxy, which was the purple, and only put it right here in the corner. And I think that just makes the top and bottom connect really well. And just make sure you don't like skip that space, because sometimes right here, I can skip that space sometimes. So that's gonna be the look. And we do need an inner corner. Wait. Just gonna take a Linda Hallberg lid shader brush. It's a 301. I think it's a lip brush actually. I think we're gonna go into Hallucinations. I think it's gonna be perfect. This Hallucinations will be beautiful all over the lid too. I think that looks so good, y'all. I'm just gonna clean up right there with my hand. And here is the look. So now let us go into the blush. Let me just back up to right here so we can see it. Now I think out of the two that I have, let me see, this is Sienna Luster. I kind of think I want to go with this one. Now let's just see, because and this is why I didn't get any of the highlighters, because I don't know if I want this to be my blush. So let's just try it out a little bit. I have the brush that I don't remember ordering, but it's here. So that's the shade here. And see, let's just see what it's gonna look like as a blush. Because what I wanna do is kind of connect it. But this is kind of, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, even know if you can see it. But it's pretty, but I don't know. So I'm gonna be using these as blush toppers. Let me grab something else really fast. So I'm gonna go with Desert Orchid by Pat McGrath. And then I think the Sienna Luster would be a beautiful topper for that. And I might not be able to kind of go backwards with this because it is definitely kind of showing through Desert Orchid. So that's okay though. That's how you learn. But that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't need any highlighters with this because when I looked at swatches, I just felt like these are highlighters. So let me take some more of Sienna Luster to put on top because this is how I would use it. You know, like I'm not going to use these alone. Let me turn the light down. So we got this kind of peachy gleam going on, which is cool. But using this alone is not gonna be for me, and that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the eyeliner and mascara, and then I'll be back to let you know what I'm thinking about this first look. All right, you guys, here's the final look. And to finish off the look, I took a copper matte liner from ColourPop just on the waterline, and I used a sample mascara I have from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Push Up Lashes. And I think I told you about the lipstick. You saw the blush. This is Lisa Eldridge Velvet Blush Lightly, and I lined it with Velvet Blush. And as far as the other face details, I have on my Auric Glow Lust with my Nars foundation. And for bronzer, I'm wearing Rare Beauty Happy Soul. And that's it. And Pat McGrath Under Eye Blurring Powder. And I'm setting my face with the new Pacifica. It's a Pacifica hydrating like collagen setting spray. So I'm trying that out. I really like the sprayer on that. So that's it. Now let's talk about this look. I think it's beautiful. It's Oden's eye. I don't know what I can say, but this is like the opposite of Melt, where it's like, you don't know what you're gonna get. I know what I'm gonna get every single time. And I know that I'm gonna get like the quality, the look is just all going to be beautiful. I have like so much confidence when I buy my Oden's eye products because it's been so consistent. Like I just have nothing to say that's negative. Now the blushes, as I was saying when I was demoing it, I wouldn't wear them by itself at all. For me, it's going to be a blush topper or even a highlight. So I'm glad that I didn't like go overboard and purchase a lot of them. I think they did have a matte blush, but this was kind of a unique formulation, it seems. So I wanted to try those out. Anyway, I like this look. I'm off to work. So I'm going to get y'all into another look now. All right, you guys, let's get into a second look. I have foundation lips because I have no idea what kind of lipstick I'm going to be using today. But FYI, I did put on a blush. This is, so you know, Wayne Goss Desert Blossom, and it looks like this. I think when I take the other Oden's blush today, which is the Peach Gleam, I think this will be kind of a nice combo. So I just wanted you to know that because, you know, in the last look I was saying I don't think that these blushes are going to be my favorite to use alone. Want to try to do a bit of a different vibe today. So let's see what we come up with now. Not going to be matching this shirt in any way today. All right, my eyes are drawn to the shade Dream, which is kind of a pastel blue purple. This is a Bristles Beauty EO1 DL brush. In other words, it's a tapered, fluffy blender brush. Gotta move a little quick today. So let's see. I'm gonna bring this up into the transition area, and I'm gonna bring it up, not all the way to the brow bone, but just short of it. This is gonna be the shade that's gonna kind of peek out when the look is completed. You know, it's funny. I don't really mention my Bristles Beauty brushes as much, but I really like these. If you're interested in some natural hair brushes, you know, Rougher is super affordable. But Bristles Beauty is affordable too. And this is a Canadian brand that was started, I think, by two sisters. And when they first came out, I know like Mel Thompson did a video and some other people, but I really don't hear anyone talking about them anymore. I don't think they have any new brushes either. So you can still get like the original set, but they're nice brushes. And one of the things that I like about these brushes is they are shorter, so you know, I don't know, I was about to say you have more control. That's not true. They're shorter though, and I don't know, I like how they feel in the hand. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say you have more control. I have control with any brush. Depends on your grip. All right, anyway, that's our first shade. You know how I feel about shades like this. So it's definitely not my favorite, but I, again, like to showcase as many shades as possible, if not all, when I am using a new palette. So that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna take the same brush into the shade Neptune. And what I'm going to do is probably almost cover up this transition dream. Yes, but see, the dream shade really sets this up. See that? To me, it just sets it up for a nice blend, because I was not going to enjoy just using Neptune without something else kind of peeking out over it, because I don't really like blue. So, well, that's not true. I don't like all blues. Now, this blue is not bad, actually, and it blends in so nice. This brush is perfect, because even though it's a bigger fluffy brush, because it kind of has that tapered point, you can still get where you need to get the shadow where you need it to be. Now, like, I don't have that white space, which I cannot stand, between the shadow and the brow bone. I don't mind the white space if it's like a neutral color, but if it's like a blue, something that's more bold, I don't like that. Let's just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Make sure again that you tap off your brush. This is just blending in so beautifully, both of these powders together, making a nice little team. So yeah, I think these are a really nice blend. And then if you really want to soften this up, you can take like Soft Cloud, which is this one, and kind of just hover it out here. It doesn't show up that much, but these are the little details to me in an eye look that, yes, you can see it. These types of details to me make all the difference in a look. Like just those little touches. And now we can see also Soft Cloud, that it does have like some pigment to it, even though it's a pastel. So, you know, pastel doesn't mean no pigment. And it's really soft, you know what I mean? It's a little extra, but I'm being extra on purpose. All right, it's like a fairy. I'm into being a fairy lately. Now, I did use this shade already. Oh, I used this as a smoke shade. I was gonna use Galaxy again, because I was just thinking of blue and purple. Okay, well, let's not use Galaxy. Let's use Nebula. Now, I'm gonna use Nebula on a What's Up Beauty R102 brush. What time is it? Ooh, 7:59, all right. Let's start, and I may come into this shade more than once. Let's start it here on the outer corner, tapping in the pigment. Now, this is another tapered brush, so I really just concentrate on using the point area and just tap it in. Tap it in and then blend it out. And I mean, I just use little bits of pigment, because I just want this to be a gradual blend. I am going to still go into Galaxy, because why not? Who cares if I'm using it twice? I'm going to go back into Galaxy in a minute, because I need to change the trajectory of this look, because I'm already, the blend is great, it's just, it's too blue. It's too blue for me. This is definitely kind of moon inspired, so I'm not mad. Okay, let's go into Galaxy, which is the purple, same brush, and let's put that in the crease. Yes, I'm looking, and I want to be able to see this a little bit above the crease, you know what I mean? That way you can kind of see that purple there. Yes, I'm into it. And see, this is just another nice little subtle detail. And this is going to set up just a really nice situation for the shimmer. And of course, I picked something complicated to do when I already started late, but that's just how I roll. Okay, as I said in the last look, I am going to be using brushes for the shimmers. This is a flat shader brush by Bodyography Pro. Okay, and then we have May here. So, now what did we use last time? We used, okay. Let's start with Meteor today. That's this one here. I don't think I really showed you, like, so you can see all of these shades. The light blue, pastel in the outer corner, the deep blue. We had that pastel purple. We've got Galaxy there. So yeah, this is like, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's pretty. So this is, what is this? Meteor. Very beautiful, very sparkly. Bringing it up. And I love how this shade, I think, you know, it's a standalone, but you could use this as a really beautiful topper as well. And this brush is a bit scratchy, but I like it for what I need it to do. Because it's like, you know, it's like wide, you know? It's got that width. See, I just love that you can do so many types of looks with this palette. This looks kind of dark. Okay, so that's what we're working with. Let's go ahead and be uncomfortable. And I'm gonna go ahead into Deep Space. I might like this more than I think. Same brush. Ooh, look at this. Look at Deep Space. Okay. Ooh, and I have another idea as well. So Deep Space is really pretty. Now, this has the sparkle, but this has like the opaqueness. All right, and I know right now it looks kind of half and half, but we're gonna fix that in a second. Let's go into Mercury, same brush, and gonna spray this. And let's just segue, if we can, the purple to the Deep Space blue. There we go, just like that. And that's gonna help the purple transition into the deep blue. Let us go into the lower lash line for a hot second and then go into that lower lash line. Taking Neptune here, which we used at the beginning on a Morphe M321 brush. This is a bit scratchy, but oh my God, no, I can't do that no more. I'm tired. I graduated. Hold on, what a predicament. Okay, I'm gonna just use this Nabla N204 brush that I don't care for, but it's not scratchy, and use that to put Neptune on the lower lash line, just like this, because Rougher 26 is hiding from me, I would say for the third day in a row. And I don't know where she is. I do have a little bit of fallout and on this eye, and it's probably because I should have resprayed. So, you know, don't forget to respray with your setting spray or whatever it is that you're using, because I do have a little bit of fallout from the blue shades. So I was being a little reckless. All right, and then what I want to do is go back into Dream, just like a sandwich. We had Dream here. We got to close it out with Dream. Just dragging it a little on top and a little underneath. All right, so for the inner corner, wait, I'm gonna go into Warm Light. And if Warm Light is doing too much, I will go into Starry Sky. But I just think this is like the moon with a little bit of sun. Oh, getting fallout here. Oh my God, yes. Yes. I think I'm gonna still take Starry Sky on top, just because I am more of a fan of the shimmery inner corner highlight. But I just wanted to break up this, you know, blue and purple. I have to, y'all. I just have to. So I'm going into, and this is just, I don't know what kind of brush this is. Starry Sky. Make sure you spray it, because this one is flaky. You know, it's like you can push these shadows in, but you know, scraping them off the top, you can tell like these are gonna fall all over your face. So it's a weird consistency that I enjoy. Oh yeah, right on top. We're gonna put Starry Sky, kind of like have the two mixed. And I feel like we still get that kind of sun feel, right? Not gonna take any more because I do not want to get this in my eye. All right, here is our second look. Yes, y'all, I love it. Oh my God, I forgot about Peach Gleam. It's 8:10. Oh my God, y'all. I have to leave in 5 minutes. All right, y'all, Peach Gleam. There we go. I'm gonna put this right on top. Oh yes, it's like the sun and the moon. Y'all see it? I don't even know what kind of lipstick. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. A little bit deep. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry, this is a mess. But I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to come back and do a final look. So I'm gonna have to insert a picture because I don't wanna be late for work. This is cute. I like the look. I think it looks great. I like the contrast with the blue and the orange. This is a little bit deep for me. I feel a bit clownish. I think I went overboard. So we're gonna get into another look because I don't think I can come back. And I'm sorry because I feel like that's a mess. But let me know what you think about this one. I'm gonna insert a pic. Okay, y'all, here's the final look. I just couldn't do that to y'all. Charlotte Tilbury, what is it called? Super Blue, Matte, Navy, Liner, They're Real, Benefit Mascara, and lipstick. I don't even have on a liner, y'all. This is Tom Ford in the shade Joe. Just a neutral. I was looking for Chanel Adrian, can't find it. So this is the look. I had to just kind of neutral it out somewhere with the lips because the rest of this is a lot for me. I tone this down a little bit, I think would be great. But I love this. I'm going to work like this. I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, you guys, so now we're gonna get into the third and final look with this palette. And I'm excited because today I really wanna play with the orange and the purples together. I just think that's gonna be a really nice combo. Now, I did try to, you know, do some different looks, you know, with the first two looks, but for this last one, I'm gonna just go with like what I really, really wanna do. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So some of these shades that I'm using, I may have used already, but I'm gonna start with Warm Light. Now, Warm Light to me is one of my favorites in the palette, and I love this shade. We're gonna use a BK Beauty A503 brush, and we're gonna just go ahead and get into that for the transition area. I think I did use this before, but I think this is a really unique shade. I love it. You know, it's kind of reminding me now that I can't unsee things. It's reminding me of that cheese nail polish, that Velveeta cheese nail polish foolery that's being released. And that makes me sad because I don't want to think about that. But it is a cheesy shade. They just ruin things, you know what I mean? Cheese nail polish, I've never. So I just love this. It just reminds me of the sunset, and I think I'm gonna try to do a little bit of a halo eye. So I wanna just pick out some of my standouts that were in this palette as we get ready to close out this video. I'm taking a crease brush by the brand Eggshell, and I'm going into the shade Solar. And again, I think I did this exact same situation in my very first look. But this time we're gonna try to set this up to be more of a halo. So I'm just gonna make sure I concentrate a lot of this on the lid. So I really want this to stand out. And you know what? I think I like this shade too because it's reminding me of that melon shade in the Coral Paisley Dior Quint that I just did a video on. Now I wanna go into another shade I really like. Another shade I really liked was the shade Hallucinations. I did use that as an inner corner highlight. And I want to put that on the center of the lid because I think the orange and the purple together are going to just be so gorgeous. I'm just going to try to keep it concentrated right in the center to give that halo look, and then kind of just blend it with the crease brush. I'm just going to really try to keep it as a true halo. So that's always a bit difficult for me. I'm just trying to tap it in. I didn't spray or use any type of glitter glue or anything today. All right, so here is what we are working with right now, and I'm really liking that. Let's try to get some moon inspired shadow for the lower lash line. Gonna go into the shade Mercury with a Morphe lip brush. I'm gonna just take Mercury right here in the inner corner to give it a little bit of blue sparkle. I do have a little bit of fallout right here just because I was a little messy with my application of the purple shade on the center of my lid. But if I was a little more careful, that wouldn't have happened. And I'm just gonna take this underneath a little bit and just give us a little bit of blue here. Next, I'm gonna go into Neptune using this Nabla shader brush. And what I'm doing is just kind of putting this on the end, so I can sweep Neptune underneath the lower lash line. And then to close out the look, I'm gonna take the last shade, Nebula, and just put it just right on the outer corner. And I'm really just gonna try to keep it there. Wing it out just a little bit. It's almost giving a little bit of reverse cat eye, but you know, it's not gonna be super neat. And I'm gonna finish this off camera and then come back and close this out and let you know what I think. All right, you guys, here is the final look. Yes, okay. Into it. I like this one a lot too. I like the combo of the shades. So let me just tell you what I did to finish the look. I took a navy blue liner by Charlotte Tilbury, the super blue matte one, just on the bottom lashes, just to kind of give us a little deep look, little mysterious look. Well, not really mysterious, but you know what I mean. On the lower lash line. Now for the blush, I do have on this Chanel blush here. I used the Benefit Their Real Mascara. And then the lipstick is by Chanel. It's in the shade Adrian, and it's just kind of like a perfect nude lip with no liner. The other face details, I have on the Nars foundation with the Auric Glow Lust. I have on the LYS Triple Fix, I think it's a Triple Fix concealer, Pat McGrath powder, and I think that's it. Bronzer is Rare Beauty, Happy Soul. That's it, y'all, for the look. And I really like it, so let me know how you think that turned out. So now we're going to get to my final thoughts, and I'm gonna let you know. This is a really nice collection. It's not my favorite Oden's Eye collection, but to me, it's right on par. Now, I will say, I think I like this palette better than the Nars palette. I think that. Maybe I'll have to rank the Oden's Eye palettes that I have. But the Nars palette was the first one I bought, and so since then, with the palettes I've purchased, I will put, not true. I don't know. Let me just rewind. I didn't say that. So I was going to say the Nars palette has some interesting shades and some shifty shades, and then the bottom row has these really foiled shades. So you know what? I'm gonna have to pull out my Nars palette and put that in a palette rotation video in order to say where that falls. But I like having this in my collection. Now, as far as the shades that I'm gonna use, I'm not gonna use these that much. I would prefer to use those 4 shades the way I use them in this last look, more as an enhancement and not as the focus of an eye look. But these 2 rows are so beautiful, so gorgeous. I could also see me doing the same type of halo eye look and maybe use a blue shimmer instead. So it doesn't like completely take over the look, but it definitely highlights it and looks nice. And then I could do the purple inner corner. I think it would be great. I really gravitate towards this bottom row because these are just my types of shades. And you know, you can kind of create something a bit more monochromatic and then have the black. I don't know what they're doing out there. It's okay. Mari just hadn't even graduated from elementary school and he's trying to skip to high school. Anyway, yeah, I see so many possibilities for this palette, and even, you know, me not liking the blues as much, you know, just making these combinations, like maybe even taking like these 3 shades, you know, just doing something where the blue can be added as an enhancing shade and not the focus, because I really like how this turned out. Now, the blushes. It has made my day that this glitter is not like permanent on here, because when you saw when I put that on and I was like, oh gosh, I don't know, it might have been because I was rushing because I was getting ready for work, that I did not realize that that was just an over spray glitter situation. And these really aren't ombre anything. They're just not. That was just a little trick, a little trinket, a little decoration. You know what I'm saying? Just to make it look appealing. But I am so thrilled that Peach Gleam, I love this. I love this shade. I think Peach Gleam would look nice on the eye. I mean, it almost looks like the shade Solar. Let's see. Because there it is, Peach Gleam. No wonder I like it. They look almost the same. That's Solar, that's Peach Gleam. So, yeah, I'm into that. I'm so happy that glitter, because that glitter was too chunky for me. And I was just like, damn. That's why I didn't go overboard with the blushes, and that's why I didn't get the highlighter. There was one highlighter that I was looking at, and it was more of an everyday highlighter, but then I knew I didn't need that because I have an everyday highlighter. Several, more than several. So I think I did well with what I chose from this collection, and I do hope that the looks and what I purchased is helpful for you if you're considering buying anything on the restock. I did get this brush for free, but this brush is not really necessary. So whatever blush brush and highlighter brush that you have is going to be fine for these highlighters. They blend out very nicely. I just think you have to decide with those blushes and highlighters. Like, this is a very orange collection. So if you don't like oranges, I mean, there's like one pink blush, I believe. That's gonna be the only one that you can go with. I'm happy to have the mirror. I think the mirror is like cute and compact. It's not gonna take up a lot of space. I'm definitely gonna use it. And I love having the mirrors as like symbols of these collections that I buy. Not that I need the mirror. When there's a mirror, I do enjoy having them. Overall, is this a must-have collection? I would say no. But I would say that if you like Oden's Eye, that you wouldn't be disappointed in having this collection. You wouldn't be disappointed in the shades. And when I think about like the palettes that I have, there's not a palette that stands out where I'm like, oh, this is the same. It's different to me. I think that this Soul Moon 2 palette is way different from the original launch. So I think there's enough differences in the collection that you're not going to be repeating anything, if that makes sense. So that's how I feel about the collection. I really like it, and I will be updating you guys with any restock information about the collection if you are interested. So that's going to be it. Thank you so much for taking out some of your time and hanging out with me for another Mimosas and Makeup. I hope this was therapy for you because it always is for me. And until I see you again, make sure you are being gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself nice. Stay safe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.